Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Torment, Tides of Numenera. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're just to join me today as we, well, get ready to say goodbye to Rin. That's right. In between episodes, I sold a few of my, let me look at my inventory here, a few of my ciphers, and actually nobody has ciphers except for me, and I'm ready to send Callistege away. He's gonna need to go away because Callistege is around the corner. She's gonna be needed for the Rin's quest. Another thing that I will also do with that, and I also do with that with Tybir, is use Callistege for something else. I'm gonna use Callistege to talk to Walks Without Fear over there, because apparently that's how you unlock his content. And Tybir as well has some content with, what was his name? Dracogen, I think it is? Anyway, I also went down there. I'm gonna show you on the map, down there to the Memo Video's courtyard to get the loot from the robot that we killed a few episodes ago, that I forgot about, and it was, I should probably be able to tell you what it was. It was a very powerful thing. I don't remember where it is though. Oh yeah, it was one of these things, a quantum detonation. Yeah, it was one of these. I'm keeping them around because they have very good damage, and hopefully they do good damage when we need them to do damage. But anyway, for right now, I'm gonna say goodbye to Callistege over here.
What do you need?
I need you to go away for right now. Is that okay? Yeah, I think it's best we part ways. And here I thought we were getting along so splendidly, he says. The irony in his voice is betrayed by the hurt in his eyes. Oh, don't worry, man. Don't worry. Oh, the game is loading. I won't be staying here, that's for certain. I don't imagine we'll be crossing paths again. No, I've got a way to contact you if I need you. I think that if we don't get the way somehow to contact these guys, this line changes so as to warn us, but right now it's just warning us that we can indeed get him back, and we can, and we will. So first off, let's take care of Callistege. Let's operate our whatever this is, the bronze sphere. I think it's impossible not to get that one. Excuse me. The cage sigil. Interesting. Huh. It's interesting. For Eritis, it's a sword or swords things. Anyway, Callistege, I need you to join me, please. Says Callistege's voice inside your head. Oh, it's you, dear. Of course. I'll be right there.
This should be useful. My thanks.
With a soft pop, Callistege appears beside you. Okay, well, let's put the orb away. Let's say, no, not to you, Eritis. I want to say hi to her. Hello. She awaits expectantly. So how are you holding up? You have your charms, and they're a fair few more than most. I suppose I could say I enjoy your company, but we're beyond such trivial panderings, of course. I actually will look into her inventory to see what the little meter tells us. I had some questions about the people we're traveling with, now that, you know, we're here. So, what do you think about Eritis? Have you noticed that glowing cloud that surrounds him? She says. Yeah, I have. I actually need to fix that. But unfortunately, we can't go in there. I think we're going to be able to get that something over there. Get a surgeon or something to, from over there. But we'll see. I'm convinced it hides something. I would examine it more closely if he would let me. But then I suppose I would have to listen to him blather as I did so. Yes, what? Eritis says, jolting out of his wide-eyed examination of the sky. I heard you say blathering. Are you talking about me again? You're never far from our thoughts, dear. Believe me. What about Rin? A sweet child, strong-willed, given to wisdom and introspection. She reminds me of myself at her age. Still, we should examine her more closely. Some of the things she says and does border on delusions. I'm not sure I'm the one with illusions here, says Rin. That's right, dear. Question those beliefs. That's a good point. It's a good way of interpreting what she didn't meant to say, but what she actually did say. But yeah, let's talk about something else. What I'll do... Yeah, first off, let's talk to these guys, because I can. And that's the reason why I'm here, by the way. Because they have new lines. So, this is Sunderman the Younger. You look awfully a lot like your employer. Are you related? Hey, you noticed that. Well, you should talk to him. He gets a kick out of telling people about it. And I admit, I like seeing the look on people's face when he does. He doesn't say that all the time. We didn't get that line before, did we? Because I think we talked to him. Yeah, we didn't. So what sort of work are you doing? Yeah, we didn't talk to him. I'm Sunderman's apprentice, he says. That means I do whatever he tells he tells me, really. Mostly harvesting usable bloom flesh. It's always an adventure, flesh harvesting, though my elders tell me I'll be going away on a bigger adventure soon. Can't wait. Wait a minute. He's cheerful. He's not sarcastic when he says that. Your elder, not elders. I said elders, but yeah. What do you sell here? I know what it sells. You'll probably be interested in the specialty items and armor we craft from Bloom Flesh, but we also sell everything, everyday stuff like clothes and building supplies. Everybody buys from us, even those Murdens. Talk to my elder if you want to buy anything. The Murdens. I think I will need to talk to him about that. Seems like you know the Bloom pretty well. Are there any maws nearby? I know of one for sure, in Surgeon Slump. Been there a really long time. I hear there's one in Old Slave Block too, but I don't know if, I don't go in there because of the Murdens, so I can't be sure. Okay. So, isn't it dangerous to harvest Bloom Flesh? Nah, not really. People only fear the Bloom when they don't understand it. He puffs up his chest. I've lived here all my life, and nothing's ever happened to me. Oh, but it will, youngster, says the elder. He chuckles, standing beside the apprentice. It will. The younger man laughs uncomfortably. You keep saying that, but you won't say when. If I did, says the elder, you might try to avoid it. I know I would, he thinks, if only to see what happens. Can I talk to you about that situation? It seems like this doesn't seem safe. Why is he cheerful? But for more I see, he says, who could blame you? All of our products are crafted from the most unique Bloom Flesh we can find. Indeed. Actually, I traded with him right now. We did meet him before, but I want to have some questions. Specifically about the mob, and also about the Murdens, I think. What's that you said? No, he said that already, I think. The Murdens. Yeah, steer clear of them. Yep. So I couldn't help but notice that you and your apprentice look very much alike. Well spotted, he grins widely, a twinkle in his eye. And why would you speculate that this is, sir? I love telling this story. He'll never guess. Okay, so it's not because they're related. They are the same person. That could be interesting. That could explain why he knows what's gonna happen to him and all that. Huh. Let's go with this one, though. Even time is not simple in this world. I think he is you. Ha, well done! He claps you on the back. Oh, by the way, we still have the blank, the no tide affinity. Apparently that wasn't very well known, but apparently I did it. And, well, you might have changed now, but no, it's a tiny amount, so let's see. Haha, well done, he says, claps you on your back. Not many people managed to figure that one out. Let me tell you what happened, or will happen if you like. Actually, that Aeon priest in the slump saw it too. Is it something somehow more obvious than it used to be? He thinks. The Aeon priest in the slump. That's the one we talked to before, right? Anyway, one day, soon, my younger self will be walking along when the Bloom will open a maw beneath him, and he'll tumble into another world years in the past. Or maybe the journey into the past will be when he tries to come back. Whatever the case, it'll take him many decades and worlds to travel back here. And he smiles wistfully. I envy him the experiences he will have, but thank him for the memories. Yeah, it sounds like a dangerous journey. Shouldn't you warn yourself? I did, but I didn't listen. He smiles affectionately at his younger self. Besides, when I think about all the stories I've filled my head with, it's hard to remember exactly what I said about when the big day, when the big day is. He leans in close and whispers, but it's coming soon. Doesn't knowing what will happen change the future? Well, not if he's as stubborn as he seems to make it. He frowns puzzled. Why? I knew what was coming, but it hasn't changed my past. Oh, you did? Because of course you did. That's what he meant. What I said about when the big day is. Because he's not talking about his high here is the elder of his own. That's an interesting thing. It's tricky to write those things. Tricky to write those time paradoxes. Tell me of some of those memories or experiences you had and will have. He looks over at his younger self, who is assiduously not listening. He laughs a little and speaks softly. My first journey was to a desert world, where the natives looked like humanoid spiders. It's the best way I know to describe them. They spoke with their minds in a combination of colors and danced between their fingers. It was difficult to get them to understand me, but we managed to find a way. I'm lucky they didn't eat me. When I gained their trust, I worked with them as a guide and hunter. I'd flush their prey and they'd snare it with great chemical lattices. But one was always looking at me like he wanted to get a taste of me. And one day he made a move. I ran and found the Bloom's maw still open. But time bent, and I came back in the past. He looks at his young self. The one you want to watch for is Isgilwulridil. That sounds Gaelic, maybe. It's a little bit too many Z's there, or Z's. Tell me more. Tell me more about your adventures. Well, when I got back to our world, I didn't know it was in the past, right? But no one I knew was alive yet. I went home and met my parents at my age. My young self is now. I realized I needed to light out and get my feet under me, because I've never been enough of an idiot to ignore good advice from my older self. He and his younger self laugh at this. I set my heart on reaching the steadfast. When I came on her, she was... Wait, why'd you stop talking?
I'll remember that,
says the little guy. He laughs ruefully, because I remember how frustrated I was when the old man wouldn't tell me about the beautiful woman he met. But let me tell you this. She was tall and dark, with eyes that dropped away into eternity. Her voice was the sweetest music, and when she spoke, I had to concentrate to get her meaning, because otherwise I'd drift away on the song. Her form was the delight, and then we shared a time that... He breaks off again, blushing. It was the best time of my life. Can you tell me more? I'm not boring your ears off yet, huh? Well, fine. We spent glorious years together, she and I. But as the time went on, I aged, and she stayed radiant. She was an augur, see? Long-lived and wise. Eventually, I told her I had to return to the bloom to teach myself how to live, and that it'd be years before I could make it back to her. And I'd be old when I got back. Oh, so he's wanting to go back. She didn't care, she said. She'd find a way to make me young again, and to grant me the span her kind takes for granted. The span of years, I guess. When the boy here heads off on our adventure, why, then I'd go west again and find her. Oh. So you guys are gonna both live? Tell me more. He laughs. Oh, that's all the stories I can tell you. Right about here is where I tell you that I need to save some surprises for my young self. And he laughs again. Sometimes this time stream seems to make things especially easy. Well, I suppose. Can I, this is actually a question that I noticed in between episodes. So can I ask you about the cyst at the edge of the platform? He regards you with a squint. Whatever was in there was probably pretty dangerous, and now it is out, thanks to a certain someone who thought they knew better than the bloom. Well, I can't. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's all fine. So that's again. Let me see what you have for sale again. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's good. Thank you very much. Come back soon. He says. Yeah. Maybe. Probably. I mean, he's a trader after all. Let's have a chat. No. Let's not chat with Walks Without Fear. Let's have a chat with Callistege first, because I need to continue talking about her. Oh, you know, this and that. Lady raised in high society, became renowned intellectual, goes on to humiliate her peers, etc. She glances at you as if gauging your interest. Of course, I am exceptional, but my story is less so. I would bore you to tears, no doubt. No, don't worry, it's all fine. So, what is it you accomplished what do you hope to accomplish by traveling with me? So direct. I shan't be coy either then. Your sire, the Changing God, was a nano of surpassing ability. Your search for answers is likely to cross his trail at multiple points. He must have researched the data sphere at some point, and I hope to study his work to address my own particular situation. And she waves her hands across her body. I am what you might imprecisely call a nascent, cross-dimensional hive mind. Basically a birthing cross-dimensional... I can't really pronounce that word, I'm sorry. But she's a cross-dimensional hive mind. Wait a minute. Isn't the bloom like something like that a little bit, maybe? What I must decide, she says... what I must decide now is whether to continue this experiment. My sisters, you see, they are a blessing and a curse. One moment... She addresses them. Hush, you know it's true. I've thought it, so therefore you've thought it. We have no secrets from one another. She smiles thinly. You see, even in my thoughts, we are not alone. We seek, let us call it, closure of some sort, of our association, or of our individuality. Uncovering your sire's knowledge of the data sphere could likely determine my direction. If we cannot find a suitable home in the data sphere, we may have to terminate this process, but that presents pitfalls of its own. Can you tell me about the data sphere? We've heard about this before. Was it in the reefs, I think it was, maybe? She smiles gently. Such curiosity. Very well. Let me indulge you. And she clears her throat. Some prior world, or worlds, seeded the atmosphere and near space with a vast network of computational and informational devices. I believe the ancients used this network to communicate with each other at great distances, and perhaps across space and through dimensions. It is this latter application that especially interests me, as you might imagine. I can find a structure if I can find a structure within that space that enables a more direct mind-to-mind communication that will allow a true joining with my sisters. Well, I should be happy to transcend this flesh, though it has served me well. But is such a thing possible, or even advisable? These are questions I have not found the answers to yet, if such answers even exist. Okay. Where did you grow up? In Sagas Cliffs, for the most part. I worked my way through the content of the Grand Library in short order and was soon writing text for it myself. Of course, there are far greater works to pursue out there, and she looks around pleased. Sagas truly is a prison for the mind. I am lucky to have escaped, and she inclines her head towards you in thanks. The library holds no answers to the questions I asked of it. She thinks. I guess it wouldn't, otherwise you wouldn't be on the lookout for them, for the answers. So how did you meet Aligern, or whatever? Well, I suppose there's no harm in indulging you, she muses. You've shown yourself competent in many endeavors, and this should be no different. And she arranges one sleeve diffidently. That's a word. Aligern and I met when he came to the Order of Truth, seeking help. Naturally, I was intrigued by his predicament, more so than the man, and she smiles, but absently. He had lost his family, you see, and sought their return. He had brought him... we didn't... we did learn about this. Yeah, that's right. He lost... Yeah, okay, we didn't learn about it. It's been a while, but yeah. He had brought with him an odd frame of unknown origin that was central to his tale. The stuffed shirts at the Order were more interested in picking apart Aligern's story than they were in examining the frame he had brought with him. The task fell to me, so I undertook it, and for that Aligern became enchanted with me. Eventually we became lovers. He was pleasant enough in bed, I suppose, though he lacked any real enthusiasm. And the crying, she rolls her eyes and arm thrown dramatically across her forehead. This pitiful, childlike snuffling when he thought I was asleep. And she shakes her head in disbelief. His family was gone. There was no more he could tell me, and I had learned nothing worth telling him. You saw the end. I've moved on. Well, that's interesting. Why were you and Aligern together if your relationship was so poor? Actually, from what we have learned so far, I think we might have, the fact that we descended from the sky might have been the reason why it was so poor. Oh, guilt, she says. For him, at least. He desperately wanted to save someone. For me, it was a matter of necessity. Well, it was my own research that led me to this state. But despite access to 1,000 worlds, I was no closer to achieving my goal, and my sisters were ever closer to plotting my annihilation, she laughs. You see, in an effort to extend my own life, I chanced upon versions of myself that would end it. It's true, some of my echoes seek to become the sole survivors or to rule over the rest. And so I thought a way to return to my base state, if you will, a way to control my future. I had found some notes of your sire's, notes that hinted at a machine capable of merging multiple selves, of concatenating various minds into a single identity. Naturally, it seemed a welcome solution to my... This actually is exactly what the Changing God is looking for. He's trying to merge all... Let's continue. Naturally, it seemed a welcome solution to my predicament, but his clues as to its location were useless to the utmost degree, and she frowns. Aligern had met the man once. It was more than I had to go on, and I was feeling less than patient, and she waves a hand wearily. From there, you know the rest. Yeah, I do. Well, that is very informative. That's very, very informative. Did you say some of your other selves want to kill you? Why? And she's silent for several long moments. Well, I don't know, she admits. I have tried to reason with them, but they are beyond it, or at least immune to it. They blame me for opening all of our minds to each other, but had it not been me, another version of me would have. Well, in fact, it was a host of me that did. I am not alone in this. Across countless realities, we came together simultaneously. She closes her eyes briefly. I wonder sometimes, she looks at you as if searching for an answer. Would it have been better to be one of the other Callisteges, to have no choice in the matter, but to be connected without my prior knowledge or consent? To have my memories, my secrets buried in 1,000 other realities, knowing they could never be used against me, but aware all the same that they were known? And she passes a weary hand in front of her eyes. So I understand seriously, how... whatever. That question over there is a little bit kind of pointless, isn't it? Because if a secret is known to something that cannot tell it, it's effectively like telling a secret to a wall. It's exactly like telling a secret to a wall, because the wall can't repeat it, can't do anything. But anyway, so I understand those of myself who reject this change. Well, I do. I no more choose to share myself with them than they choose to share with me. But that does not mean I long for their destruction, nor truly think it would have any great impact on my life here. And that is where we differ. The one point on which perhaps we shall always disagree. Fortunately, a great many others see the matter from my perspective. Well, is it really fortunate? Because they can't do anything. But then again, how are they plotting? How are they... Anyway, I don't know. I have other questions, if you don't mind. She waits expectantly. So how... No, I asked that already. That's all good. So I had some questions about the people... No, That's good. That's good. Okay, so we talked to her. This was actually very, very informative. I'm glad I brought her back. And Tybir, hopefully he doesn't stab me or anything, because we're also gonna bring it back. But later, not right now. So let's see what happens here. I have seen you, have I not? Tell me who you are again. Does Callistege... Is it Callistege or is it Tybir? So he doesn't remember anything. All of these things. He doesn't remember. Tell me of the sailors. Yep. He doesn't remember anything at all. I just wiped his whole memory. And I don't actually remember my own, myself, but, well, there's the videos. I can always check. It's all fine. So yeah, Callistege doesn't actually say anything. Farewell. Yep. Okay. So we're good. So let's bring Callistege down there. And, is it Walks Without Fear or is it the other guy? It might be the other guy. The other translucent dude. Yeah, I don't remember who made the comment. I apologize, but somebody made a comment in the comment section, of course. Maybe it's this guy, Quarzemian. Yeah, could be. Let's see. Maybe I misunderstood or didn't misread or something. So where did your brother again? Yeah, Callistege doesn't say anything. It's weird. Huh? Okay. Antozan, I need to talk to you. Antozan doesn't welcome you with his rolling golden words this time. He merely nods in greeting. Still, a touch of that hypnotic calm rolls over you. What do you need to do to send Rin home again? Wait a minute. It's not... What am I doing wrong here? Rin? Let's continue. I want to look at Callistege's... Oh, that's not too bad. She likes me. Okay. That's pretty good. Oh, she also has my stuff. Thank you very much. You took it away from me, you dastard. What do we have over here? Wallur. It is a finely armed... It's just a thing for sale. And she also has the buzzer that I'm going to sell. And there we go. Okay, so she has only 3 cipher limit. Really? Okay. Now, let me look at my journal and see exactly what it is. So bring Tybir to Dragogen. That's the one right there. Find the thugs who have been harassing Kian. Find help. Yeah, we need to go to the surgeon. Maybe we need to take Callistege there. Find the mall that leads to the lost anchorage. Yeah, that's good. A hilt without blade. That's another thing. Wait a minute. Find a power source. I have the power source already, I think. His old friend. It's been a couple of days since I recorded the last episode, though. So I don't really remember what I need to do. According to Areki, she and her companions came from a place they called an anchorage. I should look for a mall that leads there. Yeah.
Hello, Callisteges!
Don't shout. When you do, we can all hear you. It makes you even more irritating than normal.
I understand, Callisteges!
Oh boy. Okay, I think maybe I need to talk to Rin. That's what it is, and I didn't look at it. So I talk about you again. I want to talk about Al again. How is Al again? It's all again's here. Okay. So I don't really know. Let me check. Let me see what I'm missing. I'm pretty sure I can do something, but let me see what I'm missing. Okay, it's pretty simple. I just need to yeah, it's this guy. Again, I just need to do it again. Yeah. So he told me that he needed a different flavor. And the strength of their feelings is what's important, not the flavor of it. Well, isn't she not... Callistege, why are you not a little bit more inclined towards liking me? Bring that up! Bring that up! Seriously. Did I mess it up? Or do I just not have... Can I not do that? My maw must feed upon the connection between you and an ally or enemy. The strength of their feeling is what's important, not the flavor. Okay, so we can... So Callistege is not actually... needed. One door? No, let's not talk to him. Let's not talk to him. Let's send Callistege home, because I'm gonna need to bring Tybir. And I'll see you in the memo video thing. We're gonna talk to Dragogen. So she doesn't like us yet. That's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. Yeah, I'll see you later. She sighs.
Well then, farewell. For now. You won't be gone long.
No. Yeah. I have a way to contact you. Should you come to your senses? Well, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna. I'll see you over there. We're gonna bring Tybir. Also, I want to see if my tides are indeed. Oh, they changed. They changed. They were not like that. It's the blue and gold. Yeah, they changed. Ah, well, whatever. I'll see you in a little bit. And that over there was where the remnants of the robots were, or the robot were. And I took it. It's all fine. Also re-equipped Rin with a few more things that she didn't have. Actually, that she didn't. I don't remember what ornaments I gave her. I was looking over here at what things I had, but I don't remember if I gave her anything. She must have had something else, but maybe she didn't. I don't remember. I'm gonna need to look into old saves or something, because I was ready for her to go away. That's why. But anyway, Eritis is not here. No, Aligern is not here. Tybir is gonna be called upon. Use item. That's Tybir. Join me. Sure, lad, Tybir says, seemingly at ease with the presence of a sudden voice in his head. Let me find my trousers and I'll be right there. And there we go. He's over here. Hey, Tybir. How's it going, man? It's been a while. He knew. He paces over a small patch of ground as though caged. I knew he was here, and that he was looking for me. I should have. He trails off and pulls the ring Dragogen gave him from his pocket. He cradles it in his palm and meets your eyes. Heartbeat, he says. They work by skin contact, see? I'd known if he was... He bites his lip and closes his fingers over the ring. I couldn't have, he thinks. I was too scared of what he'd think of me. Yes, but also of myself. Dragogen, he says, had the right of it, he says through his teeth. Ving and I were closer than close. The world stomped on us, but we survived it together, carried each other through wars and harder times. He looks away from you. We were arms of the same body, but with different minds. Too different, as it turned out, and he takes a deep, shaking breath. I loved him, he says simply. We have to find him. I have to find him. I don't understand. Can't you use those rings to sense his mind and see where he is? Right, he says with a trembling laugh. You don't know what you're asking. Back in the good days, I'd be like... It'll be like holding hands, wrapping your fingers around theirs, right? But with their thoughts and feelings instead of flesh and bone. He shakes his head. I'd need to concentrate, for one. And two, I'm not welcome there anymore. You made that clear. And I don't know that I disagree. We'll find him. Thank you, he says, nodding. I just want to talk to him. Set a few things right, if that's still possible. He's talking about Dragogen, isn't he? What happened between you and Oving anyway? This isn't the time, Tybir says, but he glances up at you regardless. It was mutual, alright? As time wore on, we wanted different things, and I wasn't willing to... And he stops himself and sighs. Leave it. Let's just focus on finding him. Okay, well, let's best move on. I'm with you. Okay, and for now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Torment, Tides of Numenera. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye!